Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are entering our final week of Modern Horizons 3 drafts on the channel. Just 3 drafts left, concluding this Friday, with Bloomburrow set review and pre-release guide not entering, but dropping next Monday, a week from today. Just like yesterday, and unfortunately for the last 3 drafts of this set, I will have a fan over here on the left. You will hear a little bit more white noise than normal. My air conditioning is out in my house. Give me a little bit of a break there. This is also about the time of the format that I do the best deck tournaments to end formats. I will not be doing one for Modern Horizons 3. We only get 17 drafts of the set, which is already a low number. And I just want to keep drafting until the end of Modern Horizons 3. I've had a good time. I've been really successful, and we're gonna start our third to last draft here with the Galvanic Discharge. It is a great way to start. It's what we started with a couple days ago and ended up 7-1. There's a Breathe Your Last. There's a Emrakul's Messenger, but we're gonna go ahead and take the Galvanic Discharge here. And unfortunately, our neighbor has also taken a red card. There is no red card in this pack, which means our neighbor had to have taken one. So what do we do with that information? Well, there's a Cursed Wombat. I don't think it's the best thing to be doing, but it is a really good card. Orm's Chant, no thank you. Felder Profane, good card. Tune the Narrative, good. Could go in a blue-red energy deck. Sylvan Safekeeper, no. Hopeender Quaddle, probably not. I'm between Tune the Narrative, Cursed Wombat, and Felder Profane here. This is a tough one. I do like drafting energy. I've also had a ton of fun drafting around the Wombat. And if we're gonna get cut from red this early, I'm gonna try this one out again. Like I said, had a lot of fun drafting around that before. Now we've got Cranial Ram, which is a card I love, you know it, and I've had tons of success with, as well as Faithful Watchdog, which could go well with the Cursed Wombat. It would require some splashing. There is an Abzan landscape here as well. And a Wooded Foothills. What do I want to lean towards a little bit more? The Discharge or the Wombat? I feel like this deck is wildly underdrafted and very, very powerful. And I've drafted it a lot lately, but been super successful with it. That being said, I'm going to wait till this wheels. I'm going to take the Watchdog here. That goes against everything I want to do. You see now, as there is an Arcbound Condor, which would have been great with the... what's it called? With the Cranial Ram. Although there is an Obstinate Gargoyle. This is a card that usually I get pretty late. I don't often actually play this card. I've never really played this card. There's another Abzan Landscape. I don't think these wheel would be great if they did. Let's try this out on for size and see if we can make that work. There is a Glaring Flesh Raker. Ophiomancer's really good. That's just a good card. I don't know why it's still here. Pick 5 of pack 1. So many Abzan Landscapes. We're not going to see another one of these past here, even though we are going to be in the market for Abzan landscapes. He says, as he would love to take one here, and unfortunately, this is not the landscape we're probably going to want. So I think I'll just take this Boggart Trawler. There's also Foul Strike, which could work pretty well with the Reinforce and the Wombat and things. Works pretty well with the Gargoyle. Yeah, this is probably better than the Boggart Trawler. That's a late Wither and Bloom, another Gargoyle, and a Warren Soul Trader, but I will take the Wither and Bloom here. And another Gargoyle versus an Expanding Ooze. So Abzan counters is very much open here. We could just be like straight green-black as well with the Ooze. We don't have to play the Watchdog or the Gargoyle necessarily. I'm going to try to take the Ooze here. I'd love to wheel some of these Abzan landscapes if we can. I'll try Grim Servant. I don't think this card is great. And this landscape is not the one we want. Give me some of the Abzan landscapes. Nope. Gift of the Viper, not horrible though. We did wheel this one, but look. Cranial Ram came back. Okay, I'm taking the landscape. I just don't think we're doing red black. Everything, every fiber of my being wants to do it, but we will not here today. I don't believe. There are less playable cards than Rose Cotton Knight in Abzan here. So we saw 3 landscapes and we only picked up one of them. All the cards that I took over it, like Ophiomancer, Cursed Wombat, and I think I took the Watchdog over one of them. I think I still stand by most of those picks. There's a Golden Tail Trainer here, but I haven't been impressed with that. Genku is a really, really good card. I just don't think we are really close to doing that. I think there's an annoyed Altasaur. We probably wheel this Golden Tail Trainer. Honestly, if there was another Abzan landscape here, I would just take it. Both of these cards are really good. Today's one of those drafts where, like, I think there are better things to be doing in this format. I don't think what we're doing and the route we're going down is the best. I think it's a little bit fun. It's a little bit out there, and it's not as highly drafted. So we're late enough in the format. I think I'm willing to just kind of head this direction for a moment. I hate passing Genku here, but I think that's what we got to do. No landscape in this pack. We do have a few black cards, including Marauder, which is good. Disciple of Freyalise, I think, could be interesting. Gargoyle on the splash. Dread Mask, that's a late... I was going to say a late Raptor. It's pick 2. It's not late. I think we're base green-black. We could just be straight green-black, in which case I think the Disciple is probably the pick. Could wheel Dread Mask or Marauder here, but I'm going to try this Disciple out. Here's a Wither and Bloom. Could wheel the Expanding Ooze. Pretty easy Wither and Bloom here, I believe, though. Dryad, Gargantua. That's about it. Lots of white. I guess I take the Gargantua. Is that even correct? I guess. We're not really using the Dryad all that well in this deck. There's a Golden Tail Trainer. What is this one? Search your library for a card. Yeah, and then doesn't do a whole lot. I think I'm going to take the Witness here. The Trainer has just really, really underperformed. And Witness plus Wombat is usually a fun little combo. If we can get our access to a Nesting Grounds, that's exactly what I'd be looking for. This is a green-white land. Probably better than Dreadmobile Insight, so I'll take the green-white land here. Here's another Watchdog. I could play Vampire. I don't know how much white I actually want to play here. Depends on how much lands we get. Right now we have 2. I think the Watchdog is better than the Vampire, though. So I'm just going to take the Watchdog. I think it's better. Conscription is draw 3, Kami is draw 3, Nadir's Nightblade. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, you drain your opponent. And then a couple of cards I'm just not playing. I don't think this is going to be great in our deck here. So I'll throw it on the sideboard. Don't think we're wheeling any landscape lands, but I would love a couple more. If I could finish out this deck with one more Wombat, a Nesting Grounds, and like 2 more Deceptive Landscapes, I think I would be pretty happy. This is just a black land, pretty much. I don't think we're splashing Discharge. We already have a Foul Strike. I don't even think I'm playing Fangs or Foul Strike, but you never know where we end up here. We could just take all of the lands in the last pack. Notably, I don't think that that 1/3 green-white card wheeled. It might have been in pack 2 that we saw it, though. No, still didn't wheel. I guess I'll take the Gargoyle over Lion Umbra here. Now we have 2 Watchdogs, 2 Gargoyles, and a Rosecott Knight to go with a Wombat, an Ophiomancer, double Wither and Bloom, Evolution Witness, Altasaur. I mean, we have some decent cards, but the fact that that green-white uncommon isn't wheeling is a tad bit concerning. Okay, nice little pickup in Expanding Ooze there. I will definitely take that. This is actually not a horrible splash if we get enough fixing. Cut the only card here and probably get a last pick land. So there's definitely some ways we can improve this deck here in the last pack. And we got a tough one to start between Eladamri. 3-mana 3/3 can cast creatures from the top and also like cheat them into play, as well as Ondu Knotmaster. 4-mana 2/2, but has an adventure where you can distribute 2 counters and then has lifelink. And then whenever another modified creature dies, you get a counter, or this thing gets 2 counters, and then there's a Wither and Bloom, Dream Drinker Vampire. I think I'm going to take Eladamri here. This is also a landscape we would like to play, but this is just too much power. I don't think I can pass Eladamri. What is this one? 4-mana 2/4, ETBs make a 1/1. Oh, so it doesn't do anything. At the beginning of each combat land creature, so it's just a 4-mana 2/4. What else do we have? Another Evolution Witness. This is a green-red, green-blue, but gosh, this is not the land. I would take any landscape that touched 2 of our colors over this Evolution Witness here. But unfortunately, this one does not. So I'll just go ahead and take the Witness. Again, landscape doesn't touch 2 of our colors, but that's a second Ophiomancer. Sure. There's a Bridgeworks battle here as well, which I would love, but I can't pass a second Ophiomancer. Alright. Once again, landscape doesn't touch any of our colors, and all of the cards left, except for Transmogrant, also are not going in our deck. So that's a bit unfortunate. Alright, here's a green-black land over Malevolent Rumble, Hunger Tide, Eviscerator. Yeah, this is a pretty easy green-black land here. Love to see that. Here is a green-white land over Breathe Your Last. Yeah, I think we have to take that over Breathe Your Last. We're trying to play basically straight 3 colors here. Alright, Wormcoil Larva over Familiar Consumption. Yeah, go ahead and take that here. Give me a land. That is a land I can play. That is a black-white land. Okay, so we ended up with 5 landscapes. Ooh, and the Knotmaster wheeled. Let's go. That's perfect. I think we have the mana base to be 5 colors here. Or 3 colors, my bad. Like a straight 3-color mana base with... What would this be? What's our artifact count at? 3? So not that high. I don't think I'm playing either of these cards. Sack a land, target creature gains Shroud. No. Another Foul Strike. I'm not playing a Transmogrant either. Yeah. So we definitely didn't get there with this deck, in my opinion. But, didn't get the Nesting Grounds, never saw one. We're kind of straight 3 colors. Gonna have a lot of creatures, which is fine. So we've got a green-white, green-white, black-white, black-white-green, and black-green land. So that's not too bad. So I'll go ahead and build this. Got a couple more cuts to make, and I'll see you after deck building. Alright, here's where I ended up, and we are very, very creature heavy, but I think that's okay. We've got cards like Eladamri and Evolution Witness to get these creatures back. I think I'm playing 17 lands. I've got 7 white sources, 7 black sources, and 9 green sources currently. I guess this counts as a black if you want it to, and that counts as an additional green. These are MDFC lands. But we're playing 2 Watchdogs, Guardian, Ondu Not Master, and 2 Gargoyles for white cards with 7 white sources. Got Foul Strike for some flyer removal as well as counter synergy, 2 Wither and Blooms as our basically only interaction with counter synergy and more counters here. And Altasaur for top end, little Gargantua Larva. I mean, the deck can do some work. I don't think it's going to be particularly great. Not thrilled with where we ended up. I think we could have gotten a lot more synergy with this and a lot more power, but you know what? This is a different kind of deck between Energy and Eldrazi dominating the format. This is a different kind of one. And we'll see if I can pilot it to a nice little record here in the queue. So with that being said, I will see you in game number 1. Alright, we go first, and we do have black, white, and green. So we've got all of our colors here. This one is green-white. This one is black-white. So we sack this for green here. That is a card I would like to kill. Foul Strike does a good job of doing that. Question is, what order do I do these things in? If I play Swamp, Foul Strike, next turn I could play Landscape, crack it, hold up Wither and Bloom, or just play Ophiomancer. That seems okay, and then I can also do either one of these two things here. Let's go ahead and destroy the creature with flying. That way this can kill their next play. Well, I said it could kill their next play, but it doesn't really. Alright, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get Ophiomancer going. Beginning of each upkeep, if you control no snakes, make a 1/1. Let's see if Ophiomancer does in fact die here. No? So I can get white out of this and still cast Expanding Ooze this turn. Yeah, let's do that, I guess. Gargoyle can come down next turn, and we can even do that and crack the other landscape for probably green because we've got the Altasaur in hand. I've also got Adapt here, black-green. So if they gained 3 life, it comes back as a Planeswalker. No plays, passing with black and red up here. I don't want to play this into this much open mana. So I think I'm just going to play Gargoyle and crack the landscape for green. Now I could attack and then try to adapt, but they're just going to kill it in response, I think. So let's do this. No attacks. crack it for green. Let's see if they go to kill something. And they do. That's exactly what I said they could do if we attacked and tried to adapt, which is why I did not do that. There is an argument for cracking this for black, because then next turn I can go throw a line and Wither and Bloom. Maybe it's worth doing that at this point. Now that they're tapped out, I can actually cast this. So let's actually get the black here. Awkward. We'll go here and here. Well, actually, I guess I could just put them here and it's a 4/4 flyer. That's pretty difficult for them to deal with. Then we'll hold up Wither and Bloom. Can use that to kill any number of things, except Zorin. Ethereum Terramander. Alright, I'm going to block that with the snake pretty easily here, because I get a free snake on my turn, assuming Ophiomancer doesn't die. Do they have a sorcery speedway to kill Ophiomancer now? Alright, living weapon. Do I want to kill something now? 1, 2... I mean... probably want to kill this here. Make a snake. Pretty decent draw. Now we can go Gargoyle, put a counter on it. It then also has flying. Sure. Yeah, either of these will kill this if they drew a removal spell to get rid of the other one here. But if I block both of these on that and they remove the snake, then this doesn't kill it. But that's still fine. If they're removing the snake, that's a totally fine thing. If they remove the gargoyle, then this still dies here, so... Sure, what do you got? Okay, so they both die, I guess. But I get another snake next turn. This still comes back as a 1/1 flyer. Alright, it's not the most mana-efficient thing to do, but this does guarantee that we exile the Wither and Bloom from their graveyard right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and get that out while I can. Attack, attack. Still waiting on a second green for Altasaur and just in general a 6th land, although this thing does cost 7, so we're like 2 lands away from that. Down goes Ophiomancer. They drew another Wither and Bloom, sure. Yeah, I guess I'll do this here, and they're left with the germ. So, I plan on holding this back and blocking the germ here, so would I rather manifest a card or get 2 counters on a lifelinker? Let's get a lifelinker down. Both of these are pretty good options here, so I'm going to hold back the Obstinate Gargoyle. It is modified, so if it dies, this gets 2 counters. Alright, there's some more menace. Yeah. Just get in here. Alright, they're continuing to draw some cards. We are 2, so... Alright, they're getting in. 5-1 Menace. And a 3-3. So I take 5. But then I attack for 4 lifelink here. This dies. I manifest a card. I also get 2 counters here. I have to take 5 to do it, though. Sure. It is an Evolution Witness, and that is an annoyed Altasaur. So I attack with everything, they block this, they take 8, and then, yeah, that's just lethal there. Alright, so we got it. Just playing a bunch of creatures and not worrying about what they were doing worked out. Alright, we get to start here. Don't have a black in hand for Wombat and Ophiomancer. We do have Watchdog on 2, though. Gonna keep it off of the back of that, but we do definitely need a black. So let's get green here. Swamp off the top would be great. Not quite. But let's get Watchdog down. Next turn we crack this for black, and then we go from there. Etched Slith. Well, that's gonna hit me. I can't do anything about it. So... Oh no, and when it hits me, they get to remove counters from my Watchdog. Oh jeez. That's a combo I do not like. Alright, that's brutal. It's about the best Etched Slith has been. And that I've ever seen, so... Watchdog is now 2-2. I guess they misclicked. Sure. Fine by me. Alright, Ophiomancer holding up Gift of the Viper. Ah, they've got the nesting grounds. We don't. Can't do anything about that, so that resolves. And I'm going to double block the Etched Slith. Okay, looks like they didn't want to do it. Can only cast one of these two things, so I guess I'm doing this one here. I'll be fine trading this off for both of these, although I don't think they block. So, go to damage. End the turn. Gift of the Viper puts 2 1/1 counters. That is a spawn gain commander. Of which I will have to wither and bloom now. They can shoot down our snake by sacrificing all their Eldrazi spawn. Well, they would have to sacrifice, yeah, all their Eldrazi spawn. No, just 2, because they could pay for it and then sacrifice itself. Okay. Go to combat, attack here again. And I guess I could attack here and use Gift of the Viper? If they'd go for a double block? Let's try that on for size. Okay. Go to 7. Where's the annoyed Altosaur when you've got all the lands? Nice little combo there. Scurrilous Sentry. Alright, so we are the aggressor here. We just have to see if we can get past all this stuff. Discarding Transmogrant makes sense. Another land, perfect. Okay, so where do we put the counter now? I guess on this thing. Okay, so they're putting 5 power in front of this, so we can Gift of the Viper. It's only going to get a 1/1 counter because it's already triggered once. But it does save the creature here, which I think is good. So let's do that. Go to damage, make them think we have something in hand, and just adapt this at the end of their turn. We are out of gas now. We have a 6/6 with Reach, Death Touch, and Vigilance. Alright, not bad. What do we do here? White versus black? Let's see. Ooh, sure. Oh, you can only cast the creature side. Okay, that's fine. And a land coming. Alright. Yeah, I'll get on in, I guess. They're just gonna throw this thing in front of something? Or they've got a Wither and Bloom that they're gonna eat the Wombat with? No? Just take 5? No, kill the Wombat too. I see, I see. Okay. Had to sacrifice that and the Cranial Ram, but they do go to 2. I'm going to play this land because next turn, if Eladamri survives, we'll have another land to play even more creatures off the top. Could come back to matter. But we managed to get through it. Yep, just playing a bunch of good creatures, even though that we kind of flooded with all the lands. Worked out fine there. Okay, we're up first, and we've got all 3 colors of mana, so we are keeping it. This has to get black, this has to get white, and that is green. It doesn't have to. We could go for double black, but maybe I'll just do this first. Get the black here. And then next turn, more than likely, just play this and get white. Or white or green or white, so it doesn't matter. So we'll go and get the white. Next turn we've got the green. We can play Ooze or Witness, probably Ooze. Alright, hopefully no counterspell, but we can't not play. Alright, Wither and Bloom. Yeah, looks like it is. Landscape can get another green for Evolution Witness. Oh, no, whatever it was. They chose not to use it on this. Kami has Death Touch. Okay. Well, we're definitely doing this for a green. Am I okay trading this? I think I am. So let's just let these trade. Go ahead, crack this for a green, play Witness, I guess. And then we could even get some of these lands back if we felt like we really needed to. See if Witness dies here. I think I'm going to try to draw out their removal spells before I play Eladamri, as this is one of our better creatures in the deck. I don't think, because if I go for this, I think they still have Wither and Bloom here. So if I go for this and then try to adapt and get back like Expanding Ooze, I just don't think that's going to work for me. So let's just play this and not attack here. And if they want to Wither and Bloom this, I'd be okay with that. And there it is. That is worse. That is a whole lot worse. Now it's just a 1/1 that doesn't die into anything. Worse for us, I mean. But now I suppose I ruled out the fact that they likely have Wither and Bloom in their hand, as that was probably the card that gave them priority in turn 1. Alright, well, I think we have to play Eladamri now. Maybe I could play Watchdog and then adapt this, and if they kill that on their turn, it's not the end of the world. Let's see if they choose to exile this. Oh, they don't have colorless, so they can't. Again, I'd like to bait out their removal before I play Eladamri, if at all possible. So I'm going to do this and then plan to adapt the Witness here at the end of their turn. That way they can use their mana on their own turn, killing my Witness, and then leaving Eladamri open, I suppose. Oh wait, alright, I'm just going to do this now while they're tapped out now. So let's adapt this and get back... Yeah, just expanding Ooze, I think. Foul Strike can kill that if we want to. It can also put more counters on Witness to get more things back. What does this one do? Draw 3, discard 3, only if there's 7 or more cards in your graveyard. You have to sack it to do that, though. Okay. Otherwise, every time they tap it, it deals a damage to them. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so... I think I'm going to put the counter here, get a land, and then put the counter... here. Go ahead and get the landscape land. See what's on top. Do we want to shuffle that away? Not particularly, but I mean... I think I'm going to... We only have 2 green... I think I'm going to get a white, though. Gift of the Viper is coming. Does this... So I may look at, so they don't know that that's coming. Do I want to trade any of these off for Wormcoil Larva? I don't know if I have an answer to that. So, no attacks, I guess? Yeah, gosh, it's annoying when they have it, and it's also annoying when they turn mine into a 1/1. Utter Insignificance has been a pretty good card in this format. Oh, and it connives. Oof. Well, I guess I trade for it now, before it gets too huge. Assuming they don't have Wither and Bloom or something now. Okay, so it did die. Just really need Eladamri to survive. That's kind of my best card here by a lot. They do have 5 mana, though. Looks like Eladamri is not gonna survive. Quit it with the utter insignificance. Ugh. Gonna be a 3/3 flyer, I assume, yep. So I have ways to get these cards back. If I use Gift of the Viper and block, and then Foul Strike reinforcing to get something back. But Foul Strike I kind of want to use to kill their flyers as well, so it's kind of rough here. Because if I go for Gift of the Viper and they have instant speed removal, that's also not great. Let's go for it, I guess. They don't have colorless currently to exile this in response. So I could just do this. Hope they don't have interaction at instant speed. And then Foul Strike could get it back here. Depending on if I want to go for that. If they had interaction at instant speed, they would have used it. So I feel okay going for Foul Strike on the Witness. Now I need to do it on that. Yeah, so I can't get back Corval or Eladami right now because that thing just has to die. There's a land. I guess they can only death touch down one of these, and it's probably the Knot Master. That's kind of shocking. I would definitely do it on the Knot Master. Oh, okay, so they're just going to kill that. Alright, so everything dies except their 3/1, my 1/1, and I have an Ooze. That's not a horrible spot to be in. Plus I gain 4 life here. No, they're just going to let this grow. That's interesting. Alright. And the turn. They're down to their last energy with the Electrozoa here. This notably can be activated now, but like draw 3, discard 3? It's not even that great. Okay, I guess they're gonna kill this in response to me adapting with it, maybe? I guess? I don't know. It seems like a fine block to make. Because they have to act first here. Because they're going to adapt, I'm going to adapt. Oh no, they're just going to let me have this? What do they have then? Alright, sure. Do they have a board wipe of sorts? No? Kill the Knot Master now? Yeah, that was going to happen no matter what, so sure. Okay. Attack. Becomes a 5/5, play Gargoyle. Looks like they might crack their Colosseum here now. There it goes. They're due for a few lands here. There they are. Getting rid of all of them. Tune the narrative. Electrozoa is back online. And Expanding Ooze is down, it looks like. Yes, it is. Alright, well, I feel like I gotta redraw it, kind of, so sure. Alright, well, like, recast it for free, so... let's go to combat, get in with both first. In the turn, that was a nice top deck. It's got reach and trample. Alright, what do you got? Wither and Bloom or something now? Yeah, you did top deck the Wither and Bloom. It does trade at the very least. Tempest Harvester. Okay. More looting. Oh, I should have done that before. I could have gotten an extra point of damage, and I forgot, because when it attacks, it puts a counter on a modified creature. So I definitely could have gotten one extra point of damage in there. I had forgotten about that. Nice. Good top deck. Great top deck. That also was... there's a lot of things I can get back that are pretty good with that. Maybe they eat one of these, but then they kind of have to chump here. Yeah, I thought they would just trade. And the other ones trading, I think, are fine. That was a heck of a top deck over there. Double Worm Coil Larva resolved this game. That's pretty good. So what do I get with Evolution Witness? I could get Annoyed Altasaur. I could get Eladamri. Those are probably the two best things here. I think I get... gosh, they still have a Death Toucher. The Altasaur just seems really good. It's got Trample. Eladamri could be better in the long game, but if they draw removal for this, this at least gets me something basically immediately. That was a tough choice there. Alright, so we dodged one draw step. Let's see if their second draw produced a non-land. Sure. That is a life linker. Think I'll trade. Just get the life linker off the battlefield here. Wither and Bloom, not bad, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't do both of these, so let's just cast this, see what we hit first. Oh, Theomancer, not bad. Go to combat, get on in with these two here. Find trading Gargoyle for their Trampler. I mean, their Death Toucher. And we'll pass it back. Electrozoa was the draw. Alright, and they weren't able to find anything good there. Yeah, we just have a lot of really good value creatures. Alright, we're up first again, and we do have all three colors of mana, as well as an Evolution Witness. A bit off curve how we want to be doing some of this, but I don't think we can, send this back. The Witness plus Ondu Not Master plus Gift of the Viper is 3 different ways to put counters on it, which is pretty good with the landscape in the yard. Also, Ophiomancer. Yeah, I think we've got to start with Ophiomancer here. Alright, hit a land. Down goes Ophiomancer, more than likely. And it does. And it's exiled, unfortunately, which is not great. And a missed land drop on our side. Alright. I think we have to Witness. And then next turn plan to adapt it, get the landscape back. But never want to miss land drops. And if we adapt it and they kill it in response, and we miss a land drop, that's probably game. Discard a land, hit. Oof. A couple of good ones here. Springheart and Antuco, but they can't cast it currently unless they have a green in hand. They might just play that as a land. Or does this say cast? Let's see. No, you may play. So they could probably just play that as a land here. And there they go. We really need Witness to not die. Just play some random 2-drop or something. If they pass with all their mana up, I probably can't adapt Witness. Yeah. Alright, well, Sheltering Landscape gets another green or a white. Probably have to get another green here. I don't think I can adapt this into open mana, unfortunately. So let's just play Expanding Ooze. Go to combat. I guess attack here. I'd be fine trading this with the Thrasher. Electrozoa. Alright, no need to keep taking priority here. We got a wild mana base and deck going currently. Alright, got rid of Sink into Stupor in favor of their own Ophiomancer that I cannot kill. But that does give me an opening to adapt the Witness here. Assuming they play it, which they do. It might give me an opening. It very well might not if they have Galvanic Discharge. Interesting choice. I do think I need to get the land, so let's do this followed by adapt here. Get this land. Ooh, I'll take 2 lands. I had forgotten it triggers twice, so let's do that. And we'll go ahead and crack this for black here. Basically thin, if they don't have a way to interrupt this, like constantly putting counters on things, then I could just thin my whole deck of lands and continually get lands back here. They chose not to discard a card, so their hand is all gas here. It's a little scary. Theomancer's Exile. We do have a second one in the deck. Serum Visionary, I'm fine with that. And what is dying here? Nothing currently? Okay. Let's resolve a worm coil larva and then hold up Gift of the Viper. I'm a little hesitant into open Galvanic Discharge mana when they chose not to discard anything. to play Undo Not Master to get something back here, so... let's go ahead and just play this. They don't have a counter spell. They do play Ether Spike in their deck. Well, is it this one? Yes. Was this deck that played an Ether Spike. Alright, we are grinding to a halt here. This game could go a while. Stomp. Okay. So their snake is going to kill something here. Not great. Probably our witness. My guess is they take Stomp and then their snake kills something. Arguably, the Cursed Wombat could be more important to kill, but little do they know I can get it right back with Gift of the Viper here, but I think it's got to be the Witness. Yeah, that's what I thought. Do I want to get back both of these for 1 mana? So basically 1 mana here, I get back both of these cards. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good use of this. That's basically all it does, is just get back 2 cards in my graveyard right now. Unless they have Galvanic Discharge in hand, which looks like they do to kill the Cursed Wombat, so I only get back 1 of these. Yeah, they keep going with the Wombat here. Something is up. Trying to figure out what's about to happen, maybe? Yeah, alright. So, I guess I get back the Wombat now. And it still dies. I don't get 2 triggers off of it. But I've still got a nice hand here. Play that. Guess I play this and then I can't play Not Master here. Is it worth attacking? No, because they just block. Gosh, Ophiomancer, what a card. It just grinds the game to a halt. I mean, I need to draw my Wither and Bloom, I guess. I think I have 2 in this deck, maybe? That's about all I can think of, because this Ophiomancer just... I can never attack on the ground. Who decks first? Currently they do. Might come down to that, who knows? Oof, that's brutal. It's a good card. That's a great draw, except for the fact that Spawn Gang Commander is on the battlefield, which makes it, like, not very great. God, this spawn gang is about to wreck us. Can I even play these cards? If I play Evolution Witness, I can still... I can adapt it twice in response to them doing stuff here. I still can't attack, really. Spawn Gang really opened this game up here. By opened it up, I mean like tilt it in their favor, because I need to kill Ophiomancer and Spawn Gang now. And I do not have much removal in my deck. I think I have 2 total removal spells. Okay, Tempest Harvester. You can keep bashing us with Electrozoa here. They got a lot of energy. Yeah, that makes sense to start doing that. Maybe that means I actually have attacks now? That kills Electrozoa or puts counters on things here, so... The Spawn Gang is making things so annoying. I feel like my life would be so much easier if it wasn't on the battlefield, obviously. So let's see. 1-1, throw one of these at this, and then sacrifice one, play another one, throw the other one at it. If I do this... And then I could even save it with Foul Strike, maybe? So let's do this and this here and see what they do about Spawn Gang. If I can make them start throwing around their Eldrazi and protecting my creatures while I'm at it, it's not too bad. Even if they throw an Eldrazi at my snake, like, that's not the end of the world. Basically every other creature on this battlefield is more important to me. Though I still don't know how I'm getting through their snake, unless they keep attacking with it. Although after this sequence of events, I don't think they'll be attacking with it anymore. Alright, go to combat, attack with Larva and Watchdog, I think. Why do they keep getting more time? I guess they're passing through to blockers and they get more time to think about that? I don't know. So my guess is they just block this and they sacrifice it, throw it at the snake. I don't get any life here. Sure. I'm not going to reinforce the snake to save it, though. I think the foul strike on any of these other things are more important here. Are they going to run out of time? They did, unfortunately, run out of time. Which is fine by me. I'm not going to play Knotmaster because, again, this thing can just throw it right down. So, you can just end the turn here. That's what happens when you think a little bit too long sometimes. But now they got a snake back on blocks. Which again makes things very difficult for me. See how much the Ophiomancer just grinds these games to an absolute halt? Like, that's just... They don't print cards like this anymore for basically this reason. They're looking in their graveyard. Hopefully they pass through their turn. Alright, Pinnacle Monk getting back. Reiterating Bolt, maybe? No, so this returns a spell or a non-land permanent to my hand. Alright, so I think we have the green light to adapt now. They can throw one of these at it, but I can adapt again in response. Let's get the other witness and a land here. Green white or green black. I don't think it really matters. No, I could get the ooze as well. Let's get the ooze, why not? And then I can adapt the wombat because they can only sacrifice one of these, so... Yeah, let's do this as well, now that they kind of messed up a little bit. But now this stupid Death Toucher that continues to come back turn after turn stays here. Maybe we could just stall out this game long enough. It's going to take another half an hour, but, I mean... Play Witness. If I play Knotmaster, I could still hold up Foul Strike here. In the event that they go to kill Knotmaster. I could just play Ooze and then still hold up both of these things. Right, let's see what they do about this. If it weren't for this, I would have won probably 15 minutes ago. But unfortunately, they do have that on the battlefield. I just don't know if they're going to be able to push through my board in 12 cards here. Don't have any reach, and they do have a 3/1 flyer, so Maybe? Are they putting stops on their upkeep every time? Oh. That is the win, I guess. Okay. Well, good for them. That's a problem. Holy cow. Okay. Sure, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's not lethal, but they do have some stun counters here. Okay, I can't block, so sure. That changes the calculus. Did not expect suppression ray, I gotta admit. Okay, so 1, 2. I'm not using the extra white here, so we do this. And then play the expanding ooze as well. We've got some blockers, I guess. I don't know if I can attack, considering I'm now at 10. They're out of energy, so the Electrozoa has to stay tapped here. Let's see if they go for Spawn Gang. Spawn Gang does have 6 direct damage to our face over the course of the next 3 turns here, so it could be tough. Yeah, that blew the game wide open there. Yeah, to the face. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I guess I do this, make them 5/4s. The Foul Strike doesn't need to kill the Electrozoa because it's going to be tapped here. But, I mean, I have 5 blockers. I'm probably dead. Well, I have 4 blockers, kind of, because of this thing. So block, block, block. We're pretty close to dead. Maybe they overextend and accidentally kill themselves on the backswing? I don't know. Math is for them at this moment. We're kind of at 4 right now because of Spawn Gang. So they can't retrace these because they have to discard a land in addition. Alright, we somehow survived. And unfortunately, the sink into stupor means the disciple isn't going to be able... I mean, we're just going to, like, bounce it to our own hand here? Or they're just going to bounce it to our own hand? Let's see. I can't cast Disciple and hold up Foul Strike here. It's kind of annoying. Next turn I could. What am I doing this turn? Just adapting the Ooze here and holding up Foul Strike? So whenever this enters the battlefield, they just return it to my hand, or with this on the stack. They'll have to do this with this on the stack, so... Alright, let's try it here. I'm sure they're going to bounce it to my hand, but I'm not doing anything else. Except Foul Strike and Adapting, which aren't the biggest deal here, so... I plan on sacrificing the Faithful Watchdog, I believe. If it doesn't get bounced to our hand, which it very well might. And it does. It's okay. No attacks. We are on the defensive. We haven't drawn any of our Wither and Blooms. Next turn, Disciple could draw into some good stuff here. It'll gain us 6 life as well. This will get to a 4/4. They're doing all kinds of math here. I don't envy their position. This could be a 5/3 trample haste. That could change the equation if they drew a land. But this does have lifelink, so attacking is going to be hard. The Spawn Gang, although this is an Eldrazi, so that's more direct damage from Spawn Gang here. They got rid of Fanged Flames, found Galvanic Discharge, and Tempest Harvester. Either one gives them energy, so Discharge, what do they kill? Alright, sorry, quick got out of there. They did kill the Knot Master and leave 1 energy over. Basically exactly what I said. If it didn't cut out during the moment of me saying that as well. It might have. So I think I'm going to go for the Disciple line again. They've got nothing. Is that our last land? I think it might have been. So we'll draw 6 cards. They still deck before us here. And gain 6 life. What do we need to kill the most? I mean, I guess Spawn Gang is probably the biggest threat here, and then we could Foul Strike their Electrozoa. And then we almost assuredly can get through whatever they've got left over, right? Yeah, I don't think we have any. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe we have one left. Sure. And I think I've got to kill this now before they draw a card here. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we have one more land, and it's not a forest. Oh, it's the plains. We have a plains left in there. Okay. Still, oh, Spawn Gang has retrace now. Oh no, that was a mistake. I didn't realize that. Oh gosh. They're probably digging for a land so they can recast Spawn Gang. Yeah, they discarded Harvester. Let's see if they retrace the Spawn Gang here. Tune. 3 cards left. They've got to have some lands in that deck, right? I mean, how many have they played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They've got to have, like, where's all their lands? Oh, they're just in the form of MDFC lands. Put the exiled on the bottom. Okay, so it doesn't change our clock here by casting Annoyed Altasaur. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left, so we can do Watchdog and Ophiomancer here. So let's do Watchdog. Alright, no, Ophiomancer first. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah, so we can still cast Annoyed Altasaur. Sure, maybe we have enough to win at some point here. I don't even know. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. No, maybe next turn after we just dumped our hand there. I probably should have sent in the Wormcoil Larva, because if they draw the land, then Spawn Gang can come down and potentially threaten our life total pretty badly. And just gaining some more life, I think we're on the decking plan here. Yeah, there's the Spawn Gang. And I think we have to send in... The problem is now the larva, they're just going to sack it every single time. Yeah, so... How do we do this now? Do we have to start attacking a lot? We might actually die. They have 2 cards left. So we do this, this. These have vigilance. I guess I should have adapted this first. It's not the end of the world. I'm probably just going to... No, that's not even modified, so I can't put a counter on that. Put a counter on this, but it doesn't get trample. I gotta be careful with the Guardian as well. I'm gonna manifest cards off of my library. They've got a Death Toucher. This could actually deck me at this point now. One, two, three, four, five. I got a lot of blockers here. Yeah, that was a huge mistake, not just killing that, killing that spawn gang there. Yeah, that makes sense. They're not going to let me gain the life. I should have attacked with that last turn. I'd be at 17. I think I would be way out of reach if I was at 17, but alas, I am not at 17. They have 10 points of direct damage here with Spawn Gang. 11 if you include, or 12 if you include retracing Void Pouncer. This game has probably taken an hour. This is ridiculous. Alright, Spawn Gang, what are we doing? Shoot in my face, probably. Oh, wait, that was weird. Why did they do it that way? They just gave us the win. Did they run out of time? I will take it. I will absolutely take those wins, and sorry that game took so long. Alright, starting on the draw. Hopefully this the rest of the draft goes quicker than that. And we got a Watchdog on 2 here. So we're going to go ahead and keep this with a Witness on 3. Let me double check. This gets green, right? Yeah. So it gets green. Blue-black, nothings. Alright, well, hopefully no counterspell, but if there is, it's not the end of the world. Kami. I probably just want to Wither and Bloom that, so I'm just going to be mana efficient here, do that. I need to crack this for a black next turn, I guess, and then I could adapt this, get a land back. Okay. Activate that, sure. Alright, so let's crack this for a black. And then play... Well, I mean, I guess just play Adapt Witness and crack this one too, right? Yeah, let's just Adapt Witness here. While they're tapped out. Get back black green, I think. Yeah, what am I getting with this? I'm getting green. Yeah, let's get this one. Do I want to trade? Yeah, sure, I'll trade at this point. I know I have the Wither and Bloom, but this already got its value here. Just hope they play another target for the Wither and Bloom, I suppose. Next turn I can play and adapt Evolution Witness in the same turn if I felt like I needed to. Down goes Watchdog. Oh, what do they have? I see, they've also got the draw, yeah, Eviscerator's Insight. Okay, cute, cute. Card's very good. Accursed Marauder has tons of combos. I guess I do this and Witness. It's a little risky. Brain Surge. But they don't have a fetch land. Not bad. And down goes Wombat. I kind of have to kill Wombat, because if I adapt this, I get two things back. Including another Witness. Oh, the value. Makes sense, but I think I'm still getting back Wombat here. I mean, and then cracking this for a black. And I still have Gift of the Viper to get two things back, putting the counters on the Witness if they basically tap out here. I'm not going to do that into Wither and Bloom mana and stuff, but... Gosh, our deck is so synergistic. Oh, that's a Toxic Deluge, sure. Can't say I saw that one coming. Alright, well they've disassembled our combo here. Going down pretty low on life. I think, gosh, I don't like any of these options, but I think I'll do this, because if I draw another untapped land, I can play both of these, or like two of these three options in the same turn. Whereas if I played Ophiomancer that turn, then I'd have to like Wither and Bloom their 2/1, which I don't think I want to do. That's a heck of a Chia Pet over here. They have their own Gargantua, I see. And ours is now dead. Not great options, just not great. I mean, if we play Ophiomancer and they kill it, that's just not good for us. But, I mean, what am I playing? Expanding Ooze? Adapting it? It's probably better. I don't really want Ophiomancer to die. Alright, they didn't have anything. No instant currently for 2 mana. So I'll end the turn. Okay, can't do anything about it. It's 6/6. Alright, they're doing some nice things over there, that's for sure. Our hand is just really awkward right now. Now they do have an instant, unfortunately, so I don't think I can block it. But I mean, I kind of need to. Alright, now I'm going to Wither and Bloom it and hope it's not a counterspell or something. Sure. And hope they didn't top deck the Wither and Bloom last turn. And they did, I guess. They did something. Yeah, that's exactly what they top decked, because they didn't have it the previous turn. Sure. Alright, well, looks like we're going to grab our first loss here in this game, more than likely. They just kind of had an answer to literally everything we're doing. They played double Wither and Bloom, Marauder with a little combo to draw 2, Toxic Deluge to wipe our board, Lethal Throwdown to kill our creature. They've just killed, like, everything we've played. And drawn, like, 15 extra cards here too, so. Yeah, I think they got us. GG's, you drew better than we did. One, two, three. And I guess this. I think we're pretty darn dead. I mean, if they can kill this Ophiomancer. They are down to 8 cards, but we're at 8 life, so it's tough. Yeah, more commies? Sure. Then now we're down to 6, down to 4. Sure. Alright, they're going all in over there. That means Gift of the Viper can take it down. We'll put it here, I guess. 5. Draw land. Mindless conscription. Eviscerator's Insight can ping us down again, and also, yeah, I was about to say that. I mean, one more of these next turn and we're officially dead, unless we can gain life somehow. Actually, we might just be officially dead now. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright. Okay, got our first loss. But they did exactly what the blue-black deck is supposed to do in this format, so good for them. Alright, so we have white or black, but not both. But we do have Watchdog into Eladamri, hoping that we can find a black. So I think I'll keep it off the back of that. So I'll get white here. Play Watchdog. Evolution Witness has been pretty good at getting back landscapes so far. Looks like they're going to kill it. Sure, at least that means Eladamri has a better chance of surviving here. Cross your fingers. That is a land. Not a great one. Okay, Eladamri did survive. Land on top. I think we need to... just do this. Play Witness, attack here. Next turn we can play this. Adapt Witness. We could adapt Witness, get back landscape, play landscape, sack it for black. Hopefully. Familiar, that's fine. Let's get rid of that. There's a black. Perfect. And there's a Wither and Bloom coming. But we're only going to have one black mana. Alright, I guess just trying to preserve their life total. They have a board wipe coming up. Do they have Toxic Deluge, maybe? Down goes Eladamri. Oh, that's what they had. Yeah, I like these combos. Those combos are fun. So if I play the Wither and Bloom now, next turn I could then put the counter on it, get Eladamri back. But that's assuming this all survives, which is not particularly likely. Okay, so they're planning on drawing 3 cards next turn. I'm going to play Ooze, and then I guess I could potentially discard the Wither and Bloom if they play the Familiar. That way I can get access to the counter immediately next turn to get back Eladamri. Let's see if that's what they do. I don't know if I want to do that, though. I mean, probably... Well, it would be disaster if they play... For Refurbished Familiar, I discard Wither and Bloom, and then they kill Evolution Witness. That would be pretty bad. Okay, so that was from their hand. Now if they play Familiar, I'll happily discard the Wither and Bloom. But they're not. Oh, they both get to come back. That's cute. Okay. Sure, yeah, yeah. Ugh, the worst draw. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep the land, I guess, and then if they play this, I get to decide if I want to discard the Wither and Bloom or not. They can do this again and get both of them back again. It just might be too slow. Okay. I have to hope that these two aren't removal spells. But I just don't think I can count on that. So I'm just going to discard this. I can kill the Refurbished Familiar, and then hopefully they have one more turn to kill the Witness before I can put the counter on it. Drawing a Swamp would be really good. Okay, so they just want a 2/2, I guess. Swamp. Ooh. Let's go. Alright, so Wither and Bloom this. Put the counter here. Get back Eladamri. Play Eladamri. There we go. We got the Swamp. And at this point, I think... Ooh, forgot about that, too. Busted. Sure. One card left in hand. They're at 4. We can exile their graveyard next time if they are unable to draw 3 cards this turn, which would get rid of the snackers, although they're looking in their graveyard right now. There's the second Pyretic Rebirth. Perfect. And an Accursed Marauder. Ugh. Ugh, come on. Well, I'm still in a decent spot here. They can play this, draw a card. Well, here we are in the next game. Unfortunately, the recording, as it does about once every few months, cut out on me there. It was a very, very long recording due to that super long game. You did miss kind of a very interesting one. Our last opponent got all the way down to 1 card in deck. We had 1 creature. They were dead because they were going to top deck their next turn and lose because they had no cards in deck, and their last card was a removal spell to remove our final blocker and get in for Xaxes. It was a brutal way to lose, but that's where we were. We'll see if we can quickly get through this one. So any land lets us play Ophiomancer on 3. Green is great. Wither and Bloom early. I think it's fine. The Watchdog is almost like a mulligan here. I'm kind of thinking of this hand like a mulliganed hand with Watchdog just waiting in the rafters here. But if we can find a green in the first 2 turns, then we can play Wombat here. It's not too bad. That is about as far away as we could possibly get from being good. And we might just get run over by Red-White. I was about to say, before they played the Conduit Goblin, let's hope they don't have Conduit Goblin. And here's Conduit Goblin. So So I guess we're going to Wither and Bloom that. More things we can't play, and now we got one more turn, basically, to find any land for Ophiomancer. Don't even have to crack it if it's a green. Oh, they might be missing lands as well. Let's hope they miss. Nope, of course they find theirs. And we did get ours. So how do we want to do this? I think I'll play the Ophiomancer here. Get our snake. Miss a land. Nope, find exactly the extra land as well. You can tell when I start to tilt a little bit when opponents, like in the last game, start just... that you didn't get to see, just completely top-decked perfectly at the last point of the game there. But here we are. We will miss a land drop this time, so I guess we just play our most expensive, biggest creature and hope we can stabilize here. Scurry of Gremlins is probably going to be the way this game ends. I can quote that right now as my guess, because we just don't have a lot of removal in this deck. And we're just going to go super, super wide, hopefully, if we can find lands. Okay, they are splashing green here. Fury. What a brutal beat that is. Wow. Yeah, that's Fury, isn't it? So they kill Ophiomancer. Brutal. Okay, and it's got double strike for some reason. I mean, I can't... all of my things are colorless, except if I cast a Witness, I would also tap my only other color here. I could play Wombat and use the counter from Wither and Bloom, and then make this like a 5/5 or something, but then I put like all of my eggs in this basket. I mean... it delays Guardian a little bit, but... it does block Fury unless they have a combat trick, but I mean... Fury is... I mean, you're going to lose to Fury. This is a busted card in Vintage Q, much less MH3 limited. Oh, perfect. 5/5 double striking, life linking flyer. Good beats, I suppose. So we have to hold up Gift of the Viper on Expanding Ooze here. Oh, never mind. They also have Horrific Assault, because why wouldn't they? Goodness gracious, what on earth is this nonsense? So we're going to go from 4-0 to 4-3 here, which is always a pretty bad beat. So if I put a counter on this, it becomes a 4-5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, creature and enchantment. So yeah, that's lethal and that's lethal. So I think we just lose here. Gift of the Viper. can block, but it's going to be a chump because this stupid thing has double strike for some reason. Wither and Bloom can block that, but this is going to, yeah, +1/+1 for each creature and or enchantment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're technically not dead, but we have to chump Fury here. I mean, you can't beat Fury, especially when it's a 5/5 flying, life-linking, double-striking creature. And we will end this draft at 4-3. We were cruising along really quickly there, and then just all of the wheels fell off in an unfortunate way. I just hate losing like that. It's just such brutal beats and really annoying, and literally nothing I could have done, which maybe means it's easier to stomach, but those are the ones I hate, because like I didn't even get to play Magic. I got to play against a vintage cube card that completely destroyed everything I was doing. Alright, 2 drafts left. Still doing well in the format. Hopefully next time maybe it's just because I'm hot and I don't have AC. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows? Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time for your daily draft.